name's Amanda Benz, and I'm the founder of I'mWell.co. And here at I'm Well, we're on a mission to solve burnout for 50 million women. Burnout and stress are an epidemic in the US and really globally, and I experienced it firsthand. I have worked in the corporate, ad tech, martech world for many years and just dealing with work stress, family stress, and I just realized like there's got to be a better way. There's got to be resources out there. And I just kind of found stress and burnout overwhelming, and I didn't really know where to turn for help. And I ended up on a wellness trip with one of my friends in Utah, and we went to this amazing resort and we did tons of yoga and hiking, and we did lots of like meditation and mindfulness. And after that trip, I felt better. And I was like, I want to keep continuing this wellness path. And that's kind of what got me the idea of starting I'm Well. So to connect basically women that are stressed and burnout and looking for holistic alternatives. So I have a provider directory. So if you are experiencing stress and burnout, you can go to the directory and search for modalities that are really helpful for stress and burnout. Things like meditation, mindfulness, life coaching, hypnotherapy. Holistic products. So I think it's a really great
Wow.
tool, and you can search for things that are virtually or things that are in your hometown. So
Wow,
that's
that's so
me.
needed.
Thank
And it
you.
sounds like you're a go-getter.
Oh,
And
so you. Thank you.
and it sounds like, I mean, it's just the classical woman, right? I mean, maybe men as well, I'm certain, but I kind of focus on the female and because I'm a female and
Mhm.
I see so many women putting everybody else first and kind of putting themselves last. And they're always trying to, we say that we're not competing, but they're always kind of trying like to compete and keep up with the next person and just, have the perfect party. We see parties are getting better, like more
Mhm.
grand and bigger and bigger. And it's like they're almost wedding status. And everything's just always fast paced. And I'm doing all these things and I have all these accomplishments and my kids are in all these sports and, I'm the CEO of my company or what have you. And it's just so much.
It's so much, it's too much, and
It's too much.
I'm so glad you called that out. I'm not sure if you've seen the stat, but it's from the Journal of Marriage and Family. Women carry 71% of the mental load at home and
Mhm.
at work, even when both partners work. So that's like the mental load is the birthday party planning, like you mentioned. Who's taking the kids to soccer practice? Who's doing the grocery shopping, vacation planning, all of those things? Women carry all that, even when both partners in the household work, and it's not fair. And women need
Yeah.
to really, you know, recognize that and take note of it and delegate or just,
And
don't
it's so hard to
set
delegate
boundaries.
too. Yeah,
Yes.
it's so hard because
Mhm.
we have this image or this agenda in our head and when people delegate like even something as simple as doing the dishes and I'm not going to lie, all of my kids do the dishes and I'm like, that's not loaded right." And so I come and I even my husband and I reload the dishwasher and it's something
Hmm.
I call. Can you hear me still?
Yeah. Yes. You're
Okay.
saying you reload the dishwasher and like,
Yeah,
yes.
so I reload it, or and yeah, the birthday party, the Christmas, Easter, the baskets, just all the celebrations. And
Mhm.
men, they're mostly on average, what I've noticed is they go to work and they provide financially, and then at the end of the day they come home and they kind of relax. And so that's why I think what happened with you is you went and you had an opportunity to kind of relax and kind of turn the mirror on yourself and
Mhm.
look and reflect at yourself and be like, wow. And you had an opportunity to slow down. And it's not that you're slowing down time, but you had, my friend Veronica says it best when she does a sound bath. She says, nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing to do, just right here with me. And
Yes.
it really allows people the time to say, okay, like they've given permission. You've
Hmm.
now have permission to do nothing, to just relax.
Exactly. Yes, you nailed it. Yes. Women need to feel that it is okay to relax, that it's okay to
Yeah.
say no, to not feel pressure, to just set boundaries, like and put yourself first and like what they say with the airlines, put your mask on first before helping others. Like you got to take time to
Yeah.
recharge yourself before you can do pour into others. So I Like
Yeah.
you hit the nail on the head. Yep.
Yeah, and I say that all the time. Think about the oxygen analogy and put the
Hmm.
an oxygen. You can't help others until you help yourself. And as women, we're the nurturers, the caretakers. We are like Mother Earth. I mean, we are the
Hmm.
reason that there's a population.
Yes,
And so
exactly.
we literally create life inside of our womb. How
Hmm.
incredible is that? And we don't give ourselves enough credit or each other because
Right.
we're always trying to compete. And so if we can support each other as women and uplift each other as women and remind each other that I'm here for you, I see you,
Hmm.
and it's okay to just kind of be there and be with us together in a presence. Then that's all that it really has to be. So I think that what you're doing is beautiful and
Thank
it
you.
really does flow right along with what I'm doing.
I thank you so much for saying that, and I'm so glad you're here. And I think that what you're doing is wonderful and helping elevate other women and provide resources for them for holistic wellness. So I would love to hear, all about you. Do you want to tell us your name, where you're located, and kind of what kind of healing you offer?
Yes, of course, I'd love to share. So
Right.
I own a company called Ground Roots Health Collective and an herbal company called Ground Roots Herbal Co. And I focus on women. So I'm an Ayurveda and integrative hormone practitioner. So I
Hmm.
integrate Eastern practices and Western holistic practices
Love
together.
that.
My mission is to empower women to take back control of their health, to remind themselves how powerful they are, and to remind themselves how innately intelligent our bodies are, and that given the right tools, we can heal them.
Yes.
But more specifically, um, as we transition from a time in our life where we have menstrual cycles, or when we're transitioning to having menstruations to not having that anymore, and our bodies
Mhm.
started to transition, our hormones are changing, our body is shifting. One of my
Huge.
big, yeah, things change. So my
Yeah.
mission is to empower women to understand that transition
Hmm.
and to make that transition as easy as possible and pain-free, stress-free as possible. So they don't have to deal with the hot flushes. They don't have to deal with the waking up in the middle of the night or the night sweats or the irritability, the frustration. These are things that can 100% be manageable, but I think as society, we've kind of acclimated and told each other that's just what to expect and that's just what it is, but it isn't. And
Exactly.
as society, they've Western medical system has pushed the fact that if you don't want to deal with hot flashes or you don't want to deal with vaginal dryness, that you need to be on something called HRT or BHRT, which is hormone replacement therapy or
Mhm.
bioidentical hormones. And that is also not the case. Now, some women, I do agree. There's no quick fix, there's no magic pill.
Right.
So if someone is seeking the magic pill or seeking the quick fix or seeking the crutch, then perhaps it's for them.
Hmm.
But the point is that it doesn't get to the root cause. And
Yes.
so, yeah, that's what I do. I own that and I run an online practice and I have an in-person practice. So
Love
I run
it.
a whole a whole community of women. And I just want to say one more thing as far as
Sure.
community goes. I'm really fascinated by the blue zones. Um,
Yes, me too.
yeah. So if somebody doesn't know, if somebody's listening to this and you don't know what the blue zones are, it's areas around the world where the general population lives to be over centennials or over 100 years old.
Hmm.
And one of the biggest things that I've come to find with the blue zones is community. They they're very active. They have their set regimen. Maybe they're following the circadian rhythm, what have you, but they have community. And
Yes.
that's one of the things that I'm really focused on as well is bringing back community, women, bringing together women in this stage of life, navigating the stage of life together as one, talking about it in a safe space,
Yes.
judgment free, and just kind of going through it together. And so that's one of my big missions as well.
I love that. Yes, I love that. There was a Netflix documentary on it. If you haven't seen it, The Blue Zones,
Hmm.
it's fabulous. Everyone should watch it. And I love that that's part of your healing practice as well, is that you do have a community and you are able to get, information to people because there is so much confusion out there about what to
Hmm.
do, what not to do, and who do you even go to. So I think it's wonderful that you have this resource of information plus the community that you offer.
Yeah.
And can you tell us about who are your typical clients? Like, and what kind of transformation do you typically see in them when working with them?
So typically I work with females.
Mhm.
mid 40s to 60. And I will be honest, about 70% of my clientele is in their mid 70s. And
Wow.
I've thought about that a lot and like why that's the case, because I mostly, when I speak and when I promote, I talk to the women, 40 plus, and people in my age bracket. But I've realized after talking to a lot of my clients that women in their 70s, they almost come a newfound perspective of themselves, a newfound love and joy of life in general. And they want to travel and they want to travel and they want to be able to go on the hike or to be able to move their body and not have to be restricted when they're going out to explore the world. And so I think that that's what it is, because also I believe many of them are on so many medications that they realize, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like it's either I really seriously focus on myself or my
Mhm.
medication list is just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking. Whereas in women in their 40s, they start to feel it, they start to see it, but we still kind of have a little bit of that mindset like, well, if I just focus, I could just get back to where I was. All I have to
Mhm.
do is just like really hunker down, you know?
Yeah.
And that's semi true, but it also, if we think about a freeway and our body's a freeway, the cars are flowing, flowing, flowing. And over time, traffic starts to build up and the cars start to slow down. Well, the body is the same thing. So if
Right.
you're not giving it the right tools, then next thing you know, you've got traffic and maybe there's an accident that happens, which could be like a dis-ease or pain in the body. And then we
Mm.
have a whole issue there. So yes, I focus on women and some men, a few men. But one of the things after doing a lot of celebration calls at the end of working with clients, I do a celebration call.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so great. I love to celebrate them. But what I've come to find was so interesting. The biggest commonality amongst all of my clients
Mhm.
is they have mentioned that they have a newfound understanding of their body, a new respect of their body,
Amazing.
and of life in general and other people.
That's fascinating. That's fantastic.
It's amazing. And because
Mm.
they normally come to me because they're belly weight or because of
Mhm.
sleep, or they're just
Mhm.
like, they're trying, the doctors are just dismissing them and pushing them off. But we talk about so much more than just
I
health.
love it. That's so important because you, like you said, they have respect and a new understanding of their body because you're getting to the root of the problem. Because I'm not saying medicine is bad and that it doesn't work because it
Right.
does, but
Hmm.
sometimes it's just a quick fix or, oh, just take this pill and like, well, it's a little bit more than that, you know? So
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
really great that you have these celebration calls and you help them with a new understanding of healing and what health looks like. And how did you get into this? What inspired you to do this?
Well, I came from visual merchandising. I was in the fashion industry for about 15 years.
Amazing.
And
And my best friend does that.
I loved that. But to be honest with you, it was my friends. I would
Hmm.
see friends popping pills or medication because of migraines.
Right.
Um, some that were just not feeling good, some that couldn't drop the weight.
Hmm.
And I'm like, there's got to be a better way than medication there. And it just kept innately telling me something, there has to be another way. And I'll be honest with you, I had a talk with God one day. I was just kind of hit a wall.
Hmm.
And I was at a hobby job and I was sitting there in the office and I asked God, I said, Dear Lord, please just show me the signs and I'll do whatever it is that you need me to do. And I promise that I'll follow the path that you've put in front of me and I will do my due diligence of what I'm meant to be here on earth for. And there was a sidebar when I looked down at my computer and it was for Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And that's where it kind of started. And so I clicked on it. I called. I didn't even clarify with my husband the price. I just
You just
joined
did.
and that led me to Ayurveda, which led me to herbs, which led me to it just, so here I am 10 years later, uh,
I love it.
and super passionate, still passionate.
That is so great. I mean, it's like when you find your purpose and like what you're supposed to be doing, it's really, you can see it in you when talking with you and like it's really genuine. That's amazing. And what is something that clients say after they have worked with you? Like, what do they typically say on these celebration calls? What are the results?
They normally, well, when we start together, I ask them what are your top three things that you want to focus on, or your top three goals? And then we go over what they've been diagnosed by their Western practitioner, primary care physician, and what they've struggled with, what they've tried before.
Mhm.
And so they always have come on again, of course, the understanding of themselves, an understanding of listening, how to hone in and how to listen to their body and the triggers of their bodies. And so not only do we start to move the needle within 6 week time, because that's how long my main program is 6 weeks,
Okay.
they start to move the needle, but they all understand exactly what their root cause is,
Hmm.
which is the biggest thing. Because when we go to doctor after doctor and they send you to the urologist and they send you to the phlebotomist and they send you to all these different like specialists, and each of them in of itself is like, nope, everything looks good, go over here, maybe try the GI person. And so the difference is what I hear too is I'm there for them.
Hmm.
I hear that a lot, and that they understand their body. And I will also say none of them have ever been, which some people can maybe think what I'm about to say is a negative thing, but I think of it as a very big positive,
Hmm.
and I'll explain why. None of None have really been like, well, I'm fully accomplished what I came to accomplish. And some people could say, well, okay, she's not really helping them. But here's the difference. How long we have to remember that freeway. And
Yes.
how long did it take somebody to get to the point where they hit the wall or they hit the traffic or they crashed into something
Hmm.
and they woke up and they looked in the mirror and were like, holy crap, who is this person? What has happened to this person? And how can I address this? How can I figure out what's really going on? And
Hmm.
to look inside and say, what's happening with me? Um, so that's what most of them come out on the other side is the understanding and the understanding to how to listen, and not only how to listen, but when things do start to go awry and start to like go sideways, they know how to in tune so much that they can steer their ship, their car back onto the right lane.
Great. And yeah, that's wonderful because sometimes like it is simple. They just need reassurance that like listen to your body, listen to the signs, and that's great that you can help guide them to that.
Yeah.
And I think we have one last question. So what's one fun or unexpected thing that people might not know about you?
Well, I'm an herbalist.
Love that. What does that mean exactly?
So, an herbalist, I love herbs. Instead of turning to, not that I'm not, I'm all about integrative medicine.
Right.
Even supplements can be overwhelming, but
Mhm.
as an herbalist, instead of being a pharmacist and turning to pharmaceuticals or man-made chemicals, compounds in the lab, I turn to what nature has provided us and I look at the herbs in themselves, or weeds, what a lot of people would call them. And I look at the constituents of them, or the activating properties of what they do inside once they've entered our freeway, for
Mhm.
lack of better words. For example, a dandelion.
Yes. I was
Dandelions
just
are
thinking of that.
everywhere. And we remember making a wish on a dandelion and
Mhm.
watching it
Mhm.
blow, and that's like the extent of it. And everyone wants to get rid of them because they're weeds. But a dandelion is so huge. I mean, I think every single one of my clients, I'm prescribing dandelion, either dandelion leaves or dandelion root. It's a bitter herb, and bitter means it's drying, it's cleansing, it's detoxifying. So this
Right.
herb specifically can help with the liver, and it helps, allows the liver to emphasize it so that way it could help the body detox all the chemicals and all the junk that we're intaking. And
Mhm.
when I say junk, I could mean from all five senses. What are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we
Mhm.
smelling? Of course, what are we intaking in our mouth? And what are we touching? So it's all the things that are affecting us. And a dandelion is one of those things that could definitely heal. So I amplify
Love that.
herbs and bring them together to help with people.
I love it. That's amazing. Yes, sometimes it's something as simple as having a cup of tea to help you just detox and de-stress. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And I like to empower people to understand. So just yesterday, I had a mom, we were walking out of the school. I have a 7-year-old, and she couldn't really talk and she had a canker sore in her tongue. And I was like, well, what are you doing? And she said that she was brushing it more. And I said, okay, well, stop brushing it. You're
Yeah.
just aggravating and it making it worse. So what I had her do is get salt water and baking soda, and then I had her swish it. And then I came home and I took some fresh aloe vera and I let
Mhm.
it drain, got the latex out of it. It's a yellow gooey that comes out. And then I scooped out the aloe, and then I got some coconut oil and I put in a little bit of chamomile, a little bit of spearmint, and a little bit of tea tree, and I blended it up and I made her this salve, and She just puts it right on there so she can
That's
swallow it.
amazing.
It's natural, and it's going to help
Mhm.
dry it out. It's going to help calm the inflammation. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial.
I love that.
Another mom called me today and she said she had an ear pain. I do a lot of this for free because
I love it.
we're just struggling. So she had an ear pain with a post nasal drip. And I said, okay, well, get some olive oil, get some garlic, crunch up the garlic. And I told her how to infuse the garlic so she could use the garlic oil. And then I gave her a swish for the
So
throat.
smart. That's so great. You're healing people and educating them. Because, I mean, I feel like some of this stuff we've heard, but people might not like, oh, I shouldn't do that. But like, no, like try it out and you might be surprised. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, Mother Earth provides some amazing things.
She
And
does.
I think that what you have, your platform is so incredible for everybody, really, women, their children, their husbands, because it spreads. It's going to create a ripple effect, and it's a beautiful hub that brings practitioners and people who are genuinely caring about not only their clients but humanity in general to heal humanity and bring love and light into the world and shed that. And we're not afraid to shed it. And we're not afraid to stand out there and be protectors of others and say, no, we're here and we're going to show shine and we're going to show you like how we can get back to our natural roots and do this collectively.
Thank you. That is the kindest thing. Thank you so much, Angela. And thank you for all the work you're doing. You're spreading your love and your light. And I think good people attract good people. And so
True.
I think you're doing a lot of amazing things. And thank you for what you're doing. And I hope you'll keep it up. Hey, everyone.